Hello, everyone. Welcome to a session with Manu again from New Delhi, India. As you know, I always bring very easy to follow recipes, and today I'm here with a yummy, so delicious, lip smackingly delicious tomato chutney. It's a South Indian chutney and very simple to make, and it's made very quickly. So let's start with prepping for our chutney. For this, put a pan on fire and let it heat up. I'm going to add a little bit of oil, 1 tablespoon of oil. I'll wait for the oil to heat up. Now, this recipe calls for dry red chilies. Unfortunately, they are not available today, and I am going to use some green chilies instead and some red chili powder. So cooking is all about, you know, making do with whatever you have at hand. So today we are going to follow that dictum. And here we are first going to saute our ginger. This is around 1 inch piece of ginger. Can you hear it crackling? And this green chili. We just saute it for about a minute. So the chilies are changing their color. Now it's the time to add 2 onions. These are 2 onions which I have sliced roughly. We have to wait for these onions to get pink. Also, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of these white lentils or urad dal. These are 2 tablespoons. Now we'll wait for the white lentils to get golden and the onions to get pink. The heat is high, so I'm going to stir it constantly. So till now, let me sum up. We have used 4 ingredients. First of all, we have heated some oil. Then we have added some green chilies. You can add dry red chilies also, and some ginger. Then we have added some onions, and we have added the urad dal or white lentil. So these are actually the black lentils which have been dehusked. Show you closely. So these are the dehusked black lentils, urad dal as we call it. So my lentils have turned golden. Look at this change in color. And my onions have become pink. Now I'm going to add tomatoes. So the ratio will always be 1:3. That's a very big piece. I'll cut it. So I have two onions and I have six tomatoes here. If you want to make lesser quantity, you can use one onion and three tomatoes. I'm adding salt, red chili powder, asafoetida or hing as you call it in Hindi. This is asafoetida powder. It has a very peculiar smell, but this is what gives this chutney its flavor. This is a very quick chutney. It's done in under 12 to 15 minutes. Now all we have to do is wait for these tomatoes to turn mushy or soft. You can adjust the heat according to your preference. I like it a little more spicy, so I'm going to add a little bit more of chili powder. Now I'm going to cover this just for a couple of minutes. We are going to wait for our tomatoes to turn mushy. Can you hear the tomatoes bubbling away? Reduce the heat because that expedites the softening process for tomatoes. I'll give it a quick stir. So our chutney is going to be ready very soon. Now, these tomatoes and onions have been cooking for almost 6 to 7 minutes. And this is what these look like now. As you can see, the tomatoes are all mushy and soft. Now we need to grind them, but before that, we will have to cool them. So allow me to put it away for around 10 minutes for them to be cooled off so that I can grind them. So see you in 10 minutes. So as we can see, our tomato chutney and onions and everything is ready and cooled. Our ginger, onions, tomatoes are now ready to be blended. So I'm just going to empty out this pan into a jar. So wipe it off completely. And now we are going to blend it. Just look at how gorgeous this is. Just gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So I'll rinse the same pan. No point in wasting so many pots and pans. I'll rinse it and bring it back for tempering. Now we get ready to temper this chutney that we have made. We'll heat the pan. Wipe off the moisture. Add some oil, about 1 tablespoon. We'll wait for the oil to heat up. Then I'm going to add some mustard seeds. They've already started fluttering. Some chana dal, or this is the Bengal gram lentil. Again, some urad dal. Move the pan around a little. Mind you that this has to be done on a very low heat. We don't want our lentils to burn. So I've lifted the pan off the heat. These are some curry leaves. I'm going to remove some tempering for the garnish later. Now, to the tempering, I have added the chutney. We want the flavors of the tempering to be fully incorporated with the chutney. Look at that beautiful, beautiful color combination.
She's lovely.
Yeah, orange and green.
Yeah, the color is beautiful.
Yeah,
It looks tasty as well, but the last we can't taste.
I haven't tasted it.
It does look tasty. You know, when the color is right, you just know it's going to be right.
Yeah, so this is not to be done for long, just 2 to 3 minutes. And please stir constantly when you're doing this, following this step, because it tends to stick and burn quickly. So don't stop your hand at all. I am adding this water with which I have rinsed this jar, and it is going to bubble. I just want to talk about zero waste for a minute. While we were growing up, the concept was zero waste was all around us. Today, I see the world is coming back to India's ancient wisdom of not wasting anything. We were always taught to not let dishes stuck to the pans. We were always taught how to deglaze the pans, sometimes with oil, sometimes with water. There was no concept of cooking with wine, of course, but we were always taught to deglaze the pans, not to waste even a morsel of food. And now, when there are so many protocols being followed all over the world, globally, I should say, about not wasting any food. So that makes me think about our grandmother's wisdom. What the world is learning now, we were taught almost 50 years ago. And that was wisdom passed through generations since the last hundreds of years. So here, tomato chutney is done. It just needs to be cooled and then we can serve it. I'll just remove it.
Manu, very
Yeah,
quickly, you just run
and
through what you have put in this chutney and,
okay,
explain
okay,
to us,
sure.
please. Thank you.
Uh, this chutney, to start making this chutney, all you need is a little bit of oil. In that oil, you need about 2 tablespoons of white lentils or dehusked black lentils. Then we have added ginger, about a 1 inch piece of ginger, chopped roughly. Then 2 onions and 6 tomatoes. We've added green chilies. You can add dry red chilies, red chili powder, and salt. And in the tempering, we have used some oil, mustard seeds, and chana dal here, white lentils again have been used.
So have these lentils been soaked before or they just
No, no,
dry?
no, 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 no. They're absolutely dry.
Right. I've never heard of lentils being used in a chutney.
Oh, really? But in South Indian cuisine,
Right.
lentils are used everywhere in all kinds of chutneys. There
Wow.
is specially a lentil chutney also.
All right. Okay.
Probably one day we'll do a session about that. There
Okay.
is a special lentil chutney, and it is so delicious. It's beyond description. So
Okay.
healthy too. It's very rich in protein.
Okay. My next question really would be about the cooking of because the lentils will take long time to cook. Is
No,
it?
no, 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 no. So these lentils, they become palatable when you cook them for 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll not become mushy. They'll hold their shape,
Right.
but they are ready to bite into.
Okay.
Because see, once we add them to a chutney, the chutney is already it holds moisture.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, the lentils are being cooked in moisture.
Right. Okay.
So
It
we are
takes only
and
about 4 or 5 minutes to cook these.
yeah, because they've already been dry roasted in oil.
Okay.
We have roasted them in oil, not dry. I'm sorry. In oil, they have already been roasted, and then we have added them to the tomato juices.
Right. Okay.
So these are cooked. They have been cooked for more than I think 4 to 5 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So they will give you a crunch, but they are not raw anymore.
Okay.
Okay. So here is our tomato chutney, and this we are going to put aside to cool. And once it is done, I will share some nice pictures with you so that you know how to garnish this. And for this garnishing, I must tell you ahead of time that this is the tempering that I had removed, a spoonful of tempering while it was getting while it was spluttering. So I am going to garnish this chutney with this tempering, and it's going to look beautiful.
So this tempering has got the lentils and is that
Yes,
the green chili?
everything, everything. It has everything. I
Must
removed it from this very pan.
Okay, so there was mustard seeds and
There
lentils,
are mustard
this
seeds, lentils, and curry leaves.
oh curry leaves as well. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Curry leaves are from my own garden. I
Nice.
have a curry leaf tree.
I know. We're just jealous now, aren't we, goodness?
I know. We can have a small plant. Can we have a plant or
Yeah.
do we need a tree?
Yes. No, no, no. You can have a small plant.
Okay.
You just need a very small pot for this.
Yeah, I get ones from Tesco, and then I use
I
them. Within
planted.
2 weeks, they're gone. The potted coriander, the potted mint that you get.
Mm-hmm. No, so for curry leaves, you need to plant a male and a female plant together.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's how it Yes. Yeah, that's a secret.
Ah,
Manu, can I ask you one thing? You were talking about the principle of no food wastage when you're cooking.
Yeah.
Does, does
Yeah.
that does that apply also to when the food is served? So you're putting on people's plates that
Yes,
it
yes,
is
yes, it is
wrong to leave anything
absolutely
on your
taboo.
plate.
Oh, yes, it's not only bad manners, it is also a taboo in our place. At my home, you are not allowed to leave a morsel in your plate.
I like it.
And this has been incorporated in our family since our grandparents' time. Since my husband's grandparents, since my grandparents' time in my maiden home, we are not allowed to leave a morsel of food on the plate. It's like, food is considered sacred. So
Right.
once you leave a morsel on your plate, then I remember my grandmother telling me that the Anna Devata, the god of grains, is going to be offended, and you will stay hungry all your life.
Oh my goodness. You should have.
Yeah,
I wish I'd
that
known
was
that.
just a way of scaring kids into finishing their food.
I wish I'd known that when our kids were growing up.
Yeah.
no, I totally understand and relate with that, Manu. We were not allowed. I mean, it was ingrained that you got to finish what you got on your plate.
Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely.
I was in a boarding school and we were absolutely not allowed to. You had to finish what was on your plate.
Yeah. But I'm sure your headmasters were not as scary as our
Believe
grandparents.
me, the